Hi everybody, this is Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I don't even know how to film a video anymore. So much time goes by between my last video and then the next one. Again, not intentional, just keeps happening. Will it change this summer? We'll see. Maybe. At this point, I can't make any more empty promises because that's just what my channel is. Bunch of empty promises and lies. If you're still around watching my infrequent uploads lately, you would know maybe that I have been switching to a seasonal TBR, and I've been hoping that that would give me, I guess, more room and more freedom in that period of time, and it's not really happening, mainly because I haven't had any time to read anyways. So I did kind of fail my spring TBR entirely, and we're just going to start fresh with a summer TBR, even though this isn't really working for me at the moment. Nothing is working for me. Reading's not working for me. We're trying to make it work, and not make it, but I don't want to force it to happen, but I do want it to be there. And this video is just becoming a ramble about how I'm not reading. But all these cute summer TBR challenges are popping up everywhere, as you've probably seen. And I want to participate, but will I actually read a book? We're hoping that I just am inspired. One of the summer challenges that I would like to participate in is Tiffany from the channel Beautiful Minutia. She has a summer reading challenge, and I do really like hers because it's a little bit more freeform in some ways. It's very simple to follow, and it's just fulfilling different genre challenges, basically. So the prompts for her bingo board are very general and broad, which is exactly probably what I need. So this is my TBR, summer TBR slash summer bingo board TBR. A few of these I think are going to fit in various ways, or I think I have more books than I will definitely get through this summer, given my track record at the moment. I didn't actually did I finish anything in the spring? I started things. I may not have finished a book in the spring. We have to change that this summer. That is just sad. So please go check out Tiffany's bingo board and check out her channel and announcement video if you want to participate. I think it's a really easy challenge for a lot of people who read regularly because she has her prompts so general and broad. So I feel like this is just a really easy, fun way for me to pick my summer TBR and hopefully finish something for once in my life. So the first prompt on the summer bingo board that I'm going to try to complete is a book with water on the cover, and for that I would like to pick up The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery. I've heard wonderful things about this book, particularly Elizabeth Ann Reed's. She told me that it's her, like, one of her favorite books of all time, and I've heard from a few people now, I think a few different sources, that this is like a very often forgotten L.M. Montgomery gem, perhaps. I mean, everyone knows Anne of Green Gables, and I'm a big Anne of Green Gables fan. I've read the whole series, but I don't know a lot about this one. I believe it's a standalone. It's about Valency Sterling, who lives on a quiet little street in an ugly little house and never dared to contradict her domineering mother and her unforgiving aunt. Then she gets a letter and decides that very day things need to change. For the first time in her life, she does exactly what she wants to and says exactly what she feels. So Valency Sterling sounds like a plucky, brave, fun, challenging character, perhaps. And yeah, this cover is definitely very, very naturey, but it does have a house on a lake even. So there's my water on the cover. The next bingo prompt is a fantasy book, and quite a few of these books are going to fall into that category because I do really enjoy reading fantasy. But I set this one aside for it. It is Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. I bought this a while back and just haven't gone around to it. It's a big one, but I feel like if there's any time that I might tackle it, it would be summertime. It might be feeling bigger than it is. It's pretty big. It's a little over 700 pages. I actually don't know what this is about, but I know I think, has been working on book 2. And I do want to read book 1 before book 2 comes out. And if you've somehow missed who Elliot Brooks is, she is a booktuber, a very big fantasy booktuber who I am a big fan of. I adore her channel, watch it all the time, and yeah, excited to read this. The next challenge is to read a book that is over 500 pages, and actually that Elliot Brooks book would work for that if I decide to count it for that one. But also I have The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, and this is for a read-along that I am co-hosting with a few other ladies. I will link that info down below. We do have a live show scheduled for this on Naomi's channel. I'll link that info down below and let you know what the breakdowns are too. You can also join my Discord for chatting about this book. We have a little Discord space for it. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time to just kind of go through this book fairly slowly together. We did a big book last summer. We did Les Mis, and this year we're going to do Count of Monte Cristo. Please join us if you would like to. We hope that you do. I'll link more info down below. The next challenge is to read a middle grade book, and I have a couple things. I have two that would fit. So one of them is The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale, and I think this is actually the beginning of a series, as is this one, Keeper of the Lost Cities, both middle grade books that I've been meaning to get to for a really long time, and they've shown up on various TBRs. This one probably most recently. I think I put this maybe even on my winter TBR, and it didn't get read then. So this is still here. Still want to read it. Or maybe this one. But this is a long series commitment, I know. So we will see what mood I'm in. I don't know if you can read this as a standalone. It seems like a lot of people do, but I know this is definitely not a standalone. The next challenge is to read a graphic novel or manga. And for this one, I actually have the last volume of Fruits Basket to finish. However, it's been so long since I was into the series. I let way too much time pass between my reads of the series, and I kind of don't remember what happened or where our characters are, and I want to be able to remember that before I get to the last book. So I'm actually going to restart Fruits Basket. I'm going to go back to volume 1 and reread it, and that'll be a fast read, I'm sure. But I just feel like I need to reread this series because I'm actually not even sure where I left off. I'm not sure if I left off on volume 11 or volume 12, and just even flipping through them, I'm like, I don't remember which one I read. So, yes, we're just gonna restart because these are fun to read anyways, and why not? Let's just reread everything. Next is a new author. A lot of my book of the month books are gonna fall into this category, but I'm gonna pick The Cartographers specifically by Pang Shepherd, a book that I know very little about, but sounds intriguing, and I have seen some mixed reviews about it, but we're gonna see if it's for me or not. It sounds very bookish. It's about maps and follows, I think, maybe a librarian or something like that. Cartographer. Oh yeah, the New York Public Library is a featured place in this book, and I'm actually traveling to New York this summer, so maybe I'll visit the New York Library. Maybe I'll read this while I'm on that vacation. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, new to me author. Is this a debut? It may or may not be a debut. You can tell how much I know about this. Very little. The next prompt is a book set in a different country. For that, I'm going to go with another book of the month book. I think, did I get these? No, I got this one in last month's box. So this was what month is it? Oh no, this is a May pick. This is in the May the May choices. So I have the Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and this is set in Mexico. And it's described as Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca, and it's a debut supernatural suspense novel. Historical as well, set in the aftermath of the Mexican War of Independence. This just sounds like a delicious read. It has a lot of very appealing things to me going for this book. So, Mexican history, haunted, supernatural, suspense, Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca. Although I've read neither of those books, I've wanted to. So, this just sounds like it might be a really good time. So, the Hacienda, set in Mexico, for that prompt. The next prompt is a book that you have owned for over a year, and I have many choices for that one. There's lots of books that I've owned over a year, but I think Still Alice by Lisa Genova is one of those. I have this ugly movie cover version, which I'm never a fan of. However, it was free. It was maybe pulled out of, I think, a little free library. So I think this was maybe one of the books that I got on a little free library run. I have read a book by Lisa Genova before. I read her more recent one, or a more recent one by her. What was it called, though? It was about the pianist who develops ASL. It was very sad. I was getting my hair done when I was finishing that book, and I was like low-key, like, tearing and crying while I was, like, sitting in the hairdresser. So I was trying to hide the fact that I was crying. So I know that this is going to be sad, too. This is about a woman who develops early onset Alzheimer's. So I'm sure a tearjerker as well. I've never seen the movie, but looks like there's a movie with Julianne Moore as well. So might be interesting to read it and then watch it. The next prompt is Friend Wreck, and I don't know what I'm going to do for that yet. Maybe I will ask someone to recommend something to me when I get to that prompt. So we're going to leave that prompt on the back burner for right now. And then next we have book in a series. Well, Keeper of the Lost Cities would work for that, as well as Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I've been rereading through the illustrated editions, and I'm on this one, and I would love to get this under my belt before the illustrated edition of the fifth one comes out, which is slated to come out this year. I think in the fall, like October, November, something like that. But yes, gorgeous, gorgeous books, lovely to read from. Goblet of Fire, fourth in a series. Next up, we have a classic book. For that, I have The Beautiful and the Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I also may use this for another prompt, which is flowers on the cover. So if I don't use it for the classic prompt, I will use it for flowers on the cover, because there are flowers on the cover. I wonder if do I have any other books with flowers on the cover? Maybe. It remains to be seen. But yes, this will be my classic pick. A carryover from, it was a pull from my TBR jar, I believe. Yeah, I pulled it from my TBR jar, which would be cool to get some of those read, because I have not been doing well reading the books from the jar. So there we go. And there it goes on the floor. The next prompt is a classical, no, just kidding, historical novel. For that, I have A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. And I've tried to read this a couple times. I once read it while I was on, I started it when I was on vacation in Las Vegas. And then don't remember what happened. I think I got distracted by something else. Yeah, I don't know what happened. And then it was also a book for Kate's Patreon, Kate Howe's Patreon at one point, and I think I was too busy to read it at the time, but wanted to. So yes, I've flirted with the idea of reading this book. This book and I, we've just kind of made eyes at each other, and it's time to take our relationship to the next step. Sorry if I made that weird. The next prompt is a library book, and I'm gonna have to wait on that too. I don't know what I'm gonna pick for that yet. Buddy read, also don't know what I'm gonna do for that yet. I could use Count of Monte Cristo if I don't use that for another prompt, but we'll see. that could work. Novella or short story. I want to read something else from here, from Arcanum Unbounded. I don't know how to say Arcanum. Might even reread The Emperor's Soul, because I did read The Emperor's Soul on audio, but I feel like I don't remember a lot, or like I wasn't always paying attention very well. So I think I'm going to pick something from this collection. For nonfiction, I have a couple things that I'm thinking of. I'm in the middle of this book, The Road to Character by David Brooks. I'm enjoying it, but it's just taking me forever. Actually forever to read. It's interesting though. Another one I've been thinking of is, would like to read some more C.S. Lewis. I have some nonfiction C.S. Lewis on my shelf. This one's The Great Divorce. Maybe a good one. The next prompt is summer vibes, and I definitely associate Morgan Matson with the summer. This is called Since You've Been Gone. It is about two friends, and I think one of the girls like disappears, and like she doesn't know where she went or something mysterious, but like leaves this list behind of like what she wants her friend to do that summer, and it's gonna like, I don't know, bring them together again. I'm not sure, but if that cover doesn't scream summer, they are eating ice cream cones on the curb even. They have sunglasses on. They just look like they are basking in the summer vibes. So that's the perfect prompt for summer vibes. Exactly. The next prompt is a mystery book, and I have Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. That's what it was. My sticker was covering the title, so I couldn't read it. By Douglas Adams. This was also a TBR jar pick, maybe from the winter, and it still hasn't been read yet. So, do you see the theme? Yes. Mystery, sci-fi blend, I believe, which could be fun. Also, next up is the sci-fi prompt. For that, I've been wanting to reread Skyward. I do have Cytonic. I'm not going to read Cytonic until I reread Skyward and Starsight, because that's the kind of person I am. I forget everything as soon as I read it. So I don't remember even how... I kind of remember how Starsight ended, but I just want to have more details in my head, and I don't want to read a synopsis. So I want to reread Skyward and then go right into Starsight so that I can get to Cytonic. The next prompt is favorite author. I think I'm going to use The Great Divorce for favorite author, rather than use it for nonfiction, because I have a couple other nonfictions in mind. So probably that one for that prompt. Comfort read. What did I pick for that? Either The Goblet of Fire, or maybe Ruin and Rising. Sometimes these YA books are comfort reads because they're just like easy. They're easy reads. And I still need to finish this trilogy. I've just been completely stuck. Need to finish it. I just have one more book to finish. I need to finish it. The next prompt is kid pick, which I think means get a kid to pick the book for you, and I'm not sure. My stepniece, I do know a child who reads, and I might ask her to give me something to read. Although she'll probably just suggest books that I've already read. But we'll try. Flowers on the cover. The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren. I've never read a Christina Lauren book, but I hear that they're fun. I hear that this one is fun. People like this one. It's enemies to lovers trope, so that's always fun. I do tend to like that. And it has flowers on the cover. It's about a vacation in Hawaii, and I am also going to go to Hawaii this summer. I'm doing a little bit of traveling, so maybe I'll read this one in Hawaii. That would be perfect. Last prompt is journey or vacation. I feel like a lot of these could fit that. Definitely this one. So I have a few that could be interchangeable for different prompts. And if not, I will revamp and change my mind. It's likely to happen. Or more likely is that I don't finish any books at all. Very likely. No, just kidding. I hope not. Thank you very much for watching my video today. I hope you have some really great reading plans for summer. Let me know some of the things you're participating in. I know there's going to be a lot more read-alongs and things that pop up. So let me know what you're excited for. And are you participating in Tiffany's bingo board challenge? I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep reading great books, and until next time, bye-bye.